with the best.
Yo, what's happening? Always stock up on a little bit of sugar. Fancy crocodiles before tennis. Fucking hot today, man. Just went to the gym, did some solid work this morning, caught up with Vario and Paris in the co-working space. Just went over like heaps of content planning. I posted something on Instagram today. Someone said, off the podcast I did with Luke from Keep the Change, what's your thoughts on AI and how long do you have left in your business? And I was like, yeah, good question. Like, I've already started pretty much prepping for this business having 3 years left, 3 to 5 years left in the game before we're completely wiped out. Obviously, I've been doing lots of personal brand stuff, lots of real estate stuff, and looking at other ways now to monetize our sort of audience and our following and our brand into other areas. So that would be building an AI app, doing more consulting, moving more into the podcast lane or the advertising lane. So, you know, hence why I've taken the podcast really, really serious the last few years, purely just to build up a personal brand. Like, people are like, oh, what does a personal brand mean? Well, it's just like, you know, if you've got a following, you can sell anything. Like, look at all the big dogs in the world, any influencer that you follow, you know, they come out with a sports drink or a clothing line or a media business or anything, and if they've got 5 million followers, well, boom, they've got money straight away, you know. That's something that I've been taking really, really seriously. When people say, oh, what does that look like? Well, it looks like, you know, I've hired someone full-time, pretty much essentially on anywhere from, you know, $50,000 to $65,000 a year to monetize social media content. So what should we be talking about? What kind of branding do we want to do? How much long form content are we doing? How much short form content are we doing? What are we talking about? How are we trying to be relatable to the builder or the general public? And then, you know, what can we do? So, you know, for Rapid QS, we're doing a lot of stuff now to call out these council and overspend government projects. That's where we're like issuing a lot of time and resources now, which is money, but that's getting us views, popularity, and could, you know, take us into a new role for like journalism. But then for David Baker, I'm trying to do a lot of, you know, travel, lifestyle stuff, tennis, like just showing people kind of a little bit more raw behind the scenes. You know, last night, I mean, I'm on a 5-game win streak for an S6, which is, you know, pretty average, whatever. I just love it. But now I'm going to start a little series on journey to S4 and what I'm doing. So, you know, today, for example, been to the gym for an hour, done some weights, working on my fitness, had a rest at home, ate some clean food, been following like a gym program for 3 to 4 months just to get fit, and now it's tennis season. So last week I had 7 matches. That was like 2 singles, 5 doubles. That's not normal. I just filled in for Wanganui last week to play against Taranaki, which was sick. Fucking Mount Eden traffic, man, it's so painful. And then last night I was up 4-1 in the second set against a fucking school kid. First set was like 6-4. It was pretty mutual, serve for serve, broke a serve once, and then I just serve volleyed one game, got the win easy. And then I was up 4-1 in the second set because I kept using the same strategy, which won me the first set easy. Serve volley, came to the net, applied pressure, forehand, backhand deep, anything short, I just come forward and come to the net. Did that so well for 4-1. And then all of a sudden just started tightening up. So I had no clue what happened. Yeah, just started tightening up. Like short balls that I was hitting in the first set, early in the second set, I couldn't hit anymore, and I was missing them or dumping them in the net. And I was like, oh no. So he started climbing back to 4-all, and I was like, okay, let's fucking lock in here. Couldn't lock in, 6-4, and I was like, all right. Last week I won another match, easy tiebreak. I was like 10-2, so I was like, I'll smoke him here. And then it ended up losing 10-8. So I was like, fuck, man. Anyway, it was super humbling, but it was good. But it literally took me back to the good old days when I first tanked Baker's Builds, the building business. And man, I was down 130 in the hole, and I was like, damn, I don't want to fold. Just keep going, stayed in the business, stayed in the game, managed to get out. So I was like, I don't know, 5-game win streak on singles, lost that one, but I'll come back. Going down to training tonight, we'll hit with this like 16-year-old kid who's going to nationals. He's pretty good. I think he's an S4 or an S5. So he'll blitz me on paper, but I don't know. I feel like when I'm training or when I'm hitting, I hit like an S4, and then when it comes to match play, it's just delivering match play level, which is fucking hard. But anyway, so pretty much like before now to the end of the year, just gonna try and go on 5 other people's podcasts. They're really good exposure, good for personal brand. That's where I'm putting a lot of focus now. And then looking at how we can do like personal brand podcasts. What's a series we can do there, whether we interview like sports people, business people, and we bring my personal brand more onto that side. And it's good for connections too. So yeah, next week got 1 podcast to go on in Hamilton. We'll meet up with a young tennis guy who's looking for a job at the moment. He's like a farm boy, done a bit of building stuff. I want to try to get him in the sales, not sales, touching base with our old audience. I was saying to him today, we have a database of like 5,000 builders, and I want to get him to watch me make 10 to 15 follow-up calls to builders and just see how's business going, blah blah blah, and see if I can get him into a job that way. And I love hiring tennis dudes, man. I think hiring an ex-tennis dude, well, a current tennis guy would be good. Absolute G, understands consistency and just, you know, staying in it, so that'll be cool. And then we got the Aussie boat party next Friday, which will be cool. Go over to Sydney, hit that for a day, literally go over on Thursday morning, catch up with 2 guys, boat party that night, Friday fly back to NZ, and then go into the professional builders Christmas party on Friday night, which will be sick. And then that's pretty much me done for work, and then I'm just going to be bull noise tennis dog. So I'll do like 8 to 10 hours a week of hitting, include the gym and matches as well, so should be fun. Looking forward to summer. Yeah, gonna do some more work related pieces, but this is kind of just an update of where I'm at. Yeah, it's good. Probably gonna do another video on position with the tax man. Like, I'm currently in the hangover effect of buying heaps of property early this year. Now I've got to pay like a real high tax bill on that stuff, which is shit. So I owe a shit ton of money by April. I've prepaid about 60% of it, but it's still stressful because I'm coming into a time with no income earning ability. December, we don't really make much money. January, we can only make money half the month, so it's kind of shit. So it's going to put me under a little bit of pressure. So I'll see about getting a loan for maybe 80k at 7% to pay that off, or whether I just suck it up and pay the interest on it. So anyway, stay tuned. We'll do a video on tax and see how we go on that. But hope you enjoy the car vlogs. Comment below if you want to hear anything else, and boom, off to training.